What's up everyone? So today we're going over the Multicam IDOGEAR plate carrier and foam pads. So we're gonna go over the reasons why I chose these things, the features that it comes with, and whether or not it's a good purchase. So let's get into this review and see what it's all about. Okay, so for the Multicam, it comes in this soft little Ziploc baggie, and I ordered this from their website. So this came overseas, of course, we'll get into that. So for the pads, I also ordered them through their website, and it actually came via Amazon, so it came way faster than the plate carrier. And the reason for that is because I'm thinking, since they, have them in stock at Amazon and they're probably supplying Amazon to sell their stuff, they just did a drop ship thing. Okay, so these came in a box, of course, because it's Amazon, but they're the foam pads. It has their IDOGEAR and then medium strike face. Okay, we'll measure that out. The reason why I went with this foam instead of the plastic is because if you land on the foam, like if you take a dive or you step on it, it's not gonna crease it or bend it or anything, because it's foam, so you'll get a good rebound. Okay, so that's why I went with the foam instead of the plastic. Also because over time foam will start to curve, so if you have it on your chest, you should be able to get a curve off of it, and perhaps even curve it yourself beforehand. So that's one of the reasons why I got the foam. Okay, we'll go over the plate carrier after we take the measurements of the actual foam itself, so you could kind of get a general idea how close this is to a true spec'd out one. Okay, so for the length of this, you're looking at 12 inches, 12 and 1/16 to be exact. For the width, you're looking at 9 and 5/8, okay? And then for your thickness, you're looking at 7/8. So that's your plate, front and back. Now let's incorporate it into your plate carrier to see how it's gonna actually stack in there and see if these are gonna fit loose or snug. Okay, so you have this little pull tab here. Okay, it's only Multicam on one side of it. This other side, it's not double-sided, but you do have a button there you pop off, and a button here. You open up your Velcro like so. So there's Velcro and a button. Okay, you have Velcro in there. Now let's actually fit these plates in here to see how they fit. Remember, on a real one, you want the strike face facing out. We'll do the same for this one, even though it's fake and it's meant to be used for airsoft and paintball. The plate carriers should be the same, to be honest with you. They should be pretty close to the same deal, because it's just Coyote and your molly webbing. It's just how robust the Coyote is. This one is just one layer, so it's super thin, and then this is folded over. Okay, the LBX stuff is a little bit more heavier duty than this IDOGEAR one, because I had both before, and I also have the real steel stuff. So keep that in mind. Also, the LBX stuff is a little bit larger. I felt like the plate carriers are a little bit larger, and that being said, these will probably be loose in something like that. And for the price of the LBX, you might as well buy the LBT real steel stuff, because I think the LBX went up in price from the typical $100 to $150 range. I think they're up at like 200 or whatever, so they're pretty pricey now. So once you got that all the way in there, you want to seat it as far in as possible. Fold this flap over, and then let the hook and loop latch over like so, and then you want to button it. Do the same for the back side. Okay, so the button in the front is really hard to get to latch, and then I just kind of fished it back into the the hook and loop right there, just to keep it out of the way. So as you can see, and then the back plate here slid in pretty decently. There's no latch for the back panel, okay? And this is what it should look like once it's done. Keep in mind that these plates here that I measured out are pretty much to the max for this plate carrier itself. So whether or not that lines up with your real still stuff is up to you by measuring them. Okay, let's talk about the purpose of this plate carrier. So it's not to house any of the real plates. This was something cheap that I picked up, so that way if it gets messed up, I'm not worried about it too much. But I needed a system to run my mags in the front and a backpack in the back, or a mini map in the back, so that way I can run a compressed air tank and stuff. And that's basically the reason for this plate carrier. It's also because I'm going into the paintball side of things and using it as a less lethal option. So I figured might as well get 2 uses out of my paintball gear. You'll be able to use it for home defense, of course, and then also practicing. So nothing's going to replace range time, but it's actually going to give you the ability to run weapons manipulation on moving targets. You know, you're shooting stagnant targets all the time, you're going to be stagnant all the time as well. You're going to be running back and forth shooting stagnant targets that don't move. That could be an issue, you know, because that's what you're training on. So by taking up paintball or airsoft, there's a lot of realistic guns that you could use for those situations. And the paintball side of things kind of doubles down as a less lethal self-defense option as well, hence why I got into it. Okay, so that's kind of the story behind this stuff. At first I wasn't gonna look into it, but you know, it made a lot of sense, especially the airsoft side. I'd rather get into that, but I can't double the purchase as a less lethal option. It's kind of just airsoft and that's all it is. Okay, so let's go over the features that this plate carrier comes with. Okay, we'll start with the back side of it. Okay, first, so you have your elastic bungees here, of course, like the real still stuff. You have Velcro MOLLE up on top, 3 rows of it. Okay, and then you have your regular MOLLE down here. You have a zipper panel option with this rubberized Buna on the side that kind of adheres it, so that way it's flexible and yet durable. This allows you to stitch a backpack to the back of it. Okay, you have your drag handle. It's folded over once. I think this is like 1.5 inches or 1.25 inches, and then it's folded over and stitched. Okay, you could probably drag someone with this, but to be honest with you, it's only 1 layer thick on this Fedora, so it could potentially rip, so I wouldn't be dragging anyone. You have the 1/2 inch MOLLE going down the side to keep your cummerbund adhered straight. All right, and then on the inside here, you got your mesh in the back side to allow it to breathe. And then you have this isn't spandex stuff, it's a Fedora, of course. And then you got more Fedora that's multicam. So this is just like your, I wouldn't say Coyote brown, but it's more of a green, like maybe like a Ranger green. Okay. And then on the top you have your rubberized Buna up here. You have Velcro that allows you to, or hook and loop that allows you to adjust these shoulder straps. You have a Fedora for the actual padding itself, which is not a lot of padding at all. So I would not rely on that if you're gonna run real still in here, okay? You have this piece here, which is MOLLE webbing with the little pull tab. And what this is, when you pull it, it basically unvelcros your shoulder straps, allowing this thing to fall off, but it does not remove your cummerbund at all. So your whole plate carrier will just fall away like so. It'll still be attached to you. So it's not really real quick release. You'd have to buy it also for the cummerbund. Okay. This is a ventilated cummerbund, so you don't have anywhere to put plates or fake foam plates. Okay. On the inside here, you have Multicam on the outside. On the inside, you have just your regular moly webbing. I don't know why they did that. It's the same color as this. You would think that it'd be the same price if they did Multicam all the way across the board, but it is stiff, so there's like a plastic rib or something in here. Same thing with this vertical strip to kind of keep it a little bit together and stout. Same thing on both sides. On the inside here, you also got a way to actually attach a single strap if you so desire. Okay, if you want to get rid of this, you could attach a single strap. It's like a backpack adjustment. Same thing on the front, except it's just one clasp here. Okay, so that's what it looks like from the side. Now that's the back, and now for the front. So your front panel here, it basically unvelcros up, so there's no tab to actually grab on. So in order for you to get this thing up, you're gonna have to actually pull up on your own, or pull on this piece right here, like so, and then pry it up. But a lot of them will typically have your moly webbing off the corner, so that way you could tear it off. Okay, this is not a panel for your mags, so there's no way you could put mags in here. You got to actually buy attachments. I thought it was a kangaroo pouch, but it's not. So this will come straight off. It unvelcros and everything. You have your pull straps here, so if you did want to rip it off, you can pull it from here and then pull it off and then shear this away like so. Okay, and this is just to remove your cummerbund. You fold it back down. You have Velcro on this side, so that way your straps stay where you want them. Okay, so then when you place this back over the top, it allows you to access your straps on the side and then pull through. You got to pull pretty hard to get that thing to rip off. Okay, you have little loops on the side here to run cables. I don't know exactly what the purpose of these are. Maybe to run more cables, because this is not a kangaroo pouch. As you can see, there's straps that go in here that go down into the Velcro to hold this front panel section on. You have a place to put your Morel patches. Okay, and then this section here, you can route a cable through there. Okay, it's just your moly. You can route cables, you can route whatever you want. You can have a knife in there. And then at the very top, you have the ability to run your maps. And then also you're given your single strap. I believe this is to run just one across the front or the sides. So that's your single strap cummerbund. It's not going to give you a lot of support at all. And then on the inside, you have some elastic straps in there to put like pins or your wallet, whatever you have. There's some straps in there that are mollied across. So that's the basic function of the plate carrier. Now let's install it and see what it looks like. Mind you, I did have to make the straps a little bit larger, okay? But we'll see what it looks like on a person. So this is what it looks like on me, okay? From the side view, the back side view, side view again, and then the front view. Of course, it's supposed to run right here where your collarbones meet up, and it's supposed to be right above your belly button just to protect your vitals. That's how a real one is supposed to be ran. This one could be longer because it's not really doing anything for you except mounting your mags and then just protecting you from any shots, BBs or paintball. So that's what it looks like. You have your quick release straps to pull on, and then you have the ability to pull out on this like so, and then get out your cummerbund. And then wiggle your way out, okay? So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. There's no big questions that you should have on this stuff. I mean, it's your typical plate carrier on a budget, okay? So this thing is not gonna run you a hefty price. It's gonna be well under that $100 range, closer to that $50 range if you don't get multicam, okay? And for what it is, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't make this for 50 bucks. But I would purchase it for 50 bucks because it's of quality. You get what you pay for though. This is not gonna last you in a real combat situation. No way. This will start breaking down. But for that, you know, typical milsim stuff, this will do just fine. So for the verdict, do I recommend this? Of course, for your milsimmers and paintballers, definitely a good purchase because it's well under that $100 range. Multicams under 100. Your Coyote, your Black will be around that $50 range, so it's well worth the purchase. I would not make this for 50 bucks. I don't think I can make it for 50 bucks. So that's a pretty good deal. The reason for it is to mount your mags in the front. For the people with your milsim, airsofters, or your paintballers, you can mount your stuff in the front here. Also hydration packs in the back, and your tanks could be mounted to the back, so it gives you structure. So it's well worth the price. Real still, guys, if you're using it for a home defense option, this is a great cheap alternative. It'll work as long as your plates fit in there, okay, given the sizes that I gave you for the foam ones. But if you're going to put steel plates in there, you're going to need to change out these pads because your shoulders will hurt. There's nothing padded on these things. They're just, to be honest, they're just basically Kedora, okay? For you guys who have the ceramic plates, like I said, as long as they fit in there, that's fine. You may get by with just wearing these for home use, but if you're doing any real use with this, no, this will not last you. A lot of it's single stitch. It'll start fraying. It won't be supportive on your shoulders as good, so you won't get a nice supportive plate carrier. So I do not recommend this. Do I recommend the LBX stuff? Because I did have LBX. I did a review on it a long time ago. Yeah, the LBX stuff is just as good as the LBT. The only issue with the LBX is it's pricey now, and you might as well buy the LBT, the tried and true stuff. LBX is kind of just got to that price point where it's like you might as well buy the real stuff, okay? So that being said, yeah, I do recommend purchasing this if you use it for what it's intended for. So that's going to complete today's video on the IDOGEAR multicam plate carrier and the foam pads that I purchased over the plastic, okay? So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. If you want to see content like this and other content I'll be posting in the near future, consider subscribing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.